We're going to need to book an extra hour to get straight that point. Did you have a lot of pool parties with Grace Jones and Andy Warhol and Devo?
The 80s are a blur to me. Can't confirm that.
No, that's fair. We obviously saw some very notable faces in that.
Yep.
People I mentioned, but the people playing those people. Can you talk a little bit about how you assembled that all-star cast for that scene?
Yeah, this was. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I was sort of the casting director for that particular pool scene. I went through my address book and just emailed a bunch of my friends and said, hey, we're shooting this crazy pool party scene in the valley. You want to come out and do it? You know, spend half a day. And, you know, thankfully, a bunch of people showed up and we were able to pull that off. I still kind of believe that actually happened.
Yeah, Al kind of just showed me his holiday card mailing list. He was like, pick some notes up here.
How do you decide who's playing who? Or are you just kind of looking at the list like oh, Conan could be a good Warhol.
That's kind of what it was like, yeah. We, there were certain characters that we kind of swapped in and out. There were different versions of that scene that were written with some other, other notable faces from that era. But we tried to craft it to who would be right for it and who fit.
I will just add to that first of all, that scene was a feat for hair, makeup, and costume, all amazing in that scene. But Yorma, thank you, yes. Yorma Takomi as Pee Wee Herman is just my favourite thing. I would see him walking around set and just get immediately distracted.
This can launch the Weird Al cinematic universe and have spin-off movies. Let's talk about the relationship with Madonna, between Al and Madonna in the film. So you were saying, Evan, this is a no-brainer for so many reasons. I assume, was Madonna in your karaoke repertoire? Did you have some of the wardrobe already on hand?
Yes. I don't know one person that hasn't wanted to cosplay Madonna from the 80s. That era specifically is so iconic. But since I was little, I used to literally fake sick from school so I could stay home and choreograph the Immaculate Collection and prepare. I got caught once. So this, I feel like I've been training for my whole life, but leading up to it, I was watching non-stop Madonna interviews, Madonna performances, just taking in as much as I possibly could, so that even though it was a parody, I wanted it to be good and believable, so that when we did fly off the rails at the end of the movie, the audience was with me.
Because just so you know, guys, that clip is very much a normal part of the movie.
Yeah, that's in the first third.
Then it gets really weird. Can we say what your relationship is with Madonna? Does Madonna get a sneak peek at this movie? Are you worried about what she's going to think, or?
She's not on the current Christmas card list, her arc in the movie is based on a very small negative truth. She actually is the person that suggested that I do a surgery. She was talking to a friend of hers in New York one day and just offhandedly said, I wonder whether we all get into surgery. And her friend knew my manager, so word got back to me. And I thought, hey, not a bad idea, maybe I will. So we took out a little bit of truth and expanded it into this whole kind of psychotic arc where Madonna very calculatingly gets me to do this parody. It takes up the whole rest of the movie.
Dan, you're a very talented singer. In that scene, are we listening to?
Yeah, very much not me listening to Al, as you should be. There was a big wanted the trope to be of the voice the original person's voice clearly coming out of the wrong head. Every time I see my Madonna that moment start, it does make me laugh. Although I think it's very obvious that is Al singing, but I have still had a few people be like, your singing in this film is incredible.
You do a really good job lip syncing.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Singing underneath the actual track.
Yeah, I was singing there on the day because it would be bizarre not to and feel really weird to try and get the energy of the performance without that. Apparently there is a recording of that, but I'm hoping the world never hears it.
It's just on my computer. But he's singing along to like newly recorded versions of these tracks, which was like exciting for me to go into the studio with Al and his band and see them doing these new versions of the songs, the arrangements for the movie. It's pretty incredible.
How are the accordion skills today? Have your loved ones insisted upon you destroying all said accordions? What's the status?
No, I've held on to one which Al very kindly gave me at the end of the shoot, which is something I will, maybe be buried with. Yeah, so I've still got that to practice with. I did not get even remotely good. I barely got to passable. But I got so far at least that it seems stupid to stop, so I will continue, practicing, but probably mostly when my girlfriend is out of the house. But she has put her time in.
We booked an accordion show for Carnegie Hall in 2027. Working out toward that.
I will say it was a joy of my life to wake up in the morning and get an email from Dan with a video of him playing My Bologna. Like I'm just getting better and better. Like, this is crazy. I can't believe this is my life.
I mean, speaking of that, we've talked about the surreal nature of this entire process. Al, can you pinpoint a moment during the shoot where you had an out-of-body experience watching a particular scene being shot?
No, the entire 18 days, the entire production was an out-of-body experience. It was just so bizarre to watch, Daniel, recreating moments of my life and recreating moments that maybe are a little bit exaggerated, but the whole thing was just so bizarre to catch him on the monitor and think I was seeing like some bizarro home movies or something.
We're talking about the movie, and it's obviously so funny, as you can tell, just from that clip and the trailer. It's hysterical. There's also some really sweet, earnest message in this movie, we should say, which is kind of about embracing what makes all of us weird, and we all, look, we're at Comic-Con. We all feel like we were the weirdo at some point, right? I guess starting with Al, was that a process for you, kind of embracing your inner eccentricities, your weirdness, and making that a superpower in your life?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously not a message movie, but there is a nice subtext to it, which Dan, at the end of the movie, and it's just in the trailer, he gives a speech at an award show talking about be as weird as you want to be, and you'll never be truly happy unless you accept who you are. And there's a part in the movie about finding your people, and that's all stuff that's not only the subtext of the movie, but subtext of my entire life, and probably of a lot of people that are currently in the audience. I mean, the movie's about, just celebrating being different, being weird.
You guys have ever seen the way one?
I don't think any of us are going to say it now. No.
You've been probably heckled for 20 years on the street being called Harry Potter. Are you ready for the next one?
Just like you, John.
I just follow you around. Hey! Well, I'm saying the next 20 years I'm going to start heckling you as Al. Are you ready for that?
I'd be very honored. Yeah, no, it's been truly one of the pleasures and honors of my life to get to make this movie, to get to work with Al, to get to make this movie with you guys. It's been really, really special, and that's why I was so nervous, I think, about it coming out, but it's just, it's even more wonderful now that so many other people like it as well, so thank you.
We talked about kind of the running gun, the heart on the sleeve. You all were invested in this, making this in 18 days. What was the $100 million version? Was there a CGI dragon sequence? Was there something?
Well, it's 6 hours long.
The fight scene at the end was a lot bigger at one point, right?
Yeah, there were things that we kind of had to trim down a little bit. There was one thing, just because of 18 days, we had to take out of the script, which was a dating montage between Al and Madonna. That was like, tandem bikes and things like that. Which, montages, it's like it takes a day and a half to get 1 minute of footage for the movie, so time better spent elsewhere.
But again, can I sort of just add to that literally, I don't know how this film was made in 18 days. I don't know how you did that, and it's you and the crew, just like, you guys were amazing, so I have to say that.
Thank you. I mean, there were times where we could get away with doing 1 or 2 takes of the both of you because the performance was so good. I think that went a long way as well. Clap for them now.
This is a groundbreaking music biopic, and you might as well be the first music biopic to get a sequel. That's all I'm saying. Just so you know.
That's what I'm saying. And I think it should turn into like a Midnight Madness thing in theaters where people, it screens at midnight, people dress up, like, you know, that should be a thing.
Yeah. 1,000%. I can personally attest this movie. You're going to love this movie, guys, as you can tell. It's streaming for free on November 4th. Let's give it up for this amazing panel. Eric Appel, and the one and only Yankovic, everybody. Thanks for coming out.
Thank you, my brother. And yeah, give it up for Aussie Days for the greatest thing on the stage. Yes, amazing. I am Aussie Days. Level up, anyway, and we have a show before the show. Give us a follow. Let us know that you are here. Tag anything because as the lights come down, quick reminder: this is not the space to have your phones out, recording devices, anything like that. Put them away at all of our panels at New York Comic Con and be part of the moment. This is the moment. This is why we're here. It is time to get weird. Are we ready? Then please welcome to the stage your moderator, MTV host and host of Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, Josh Horowitz.
Thank you for coming out today, Comic-Con. Hello, New York. I am indeed Josh Horowitz. Host of MTV and my podcast. But most importantly, today, I am hosting a panel for the most important movie ever made. This movie will change your life. I'm not exaggerating. I saw it. It delivers. It's on Roku, streaming for free November 4th. I mean, guys, look, forget superheroes like Batman and Superman. The truest hero in the world, as far as I'm concerned, is the one and only Yankovic. Do you agree? This man has brought so much joy to so many of us. We have an amazing panel, as you can see. Let's fill some seats and talk about this insane, awesome movie. You ready? All right, let's do it, guys. Please give a warm New York welcome to writer-director Eric Appel. Playing Madonna is Rachel Wood. And playing Yankovic is a guy you might know by the name of Daniel Radcliffe. And we can't go without panel without the man, the myth, the legend, joining us on this ginormous screen. Give a warm welcome to Yankovic. Oh, the love is real, guys. Congratulations on this. Okay, we're gonna dive in. Before we dive into talking about your insane, awesome movie, your authentically accurate biopic,
100% true.
absolutely. Let's warm it up with a little trailer for Weird, the Yankovic story. Take a look.
Put it in. I'm tired of people thinking I'm some kind of joke.
Your dad and I agreed it would be best if you just stop being who you are and doing the things you love.
My whole life, all I wanted. I'm afraid we found your son at a polka party. Just make up new words to a song that already exists.
Oh, well, you should do that.
Dude, I've got chills. great while, I can spot a talent that I know is the future of music. First, we gotta find you a stage name, Al Yankovic. It's long, it's hard to pronounce, so I'm just gonna throw this out there. Weird Al Yankovic. I love it.
Madonna, I was wondering if you were going to do a parody of my song, Like a Virgin.
I'm curious, is that song autobiographical?
Yes. Except for the fact that I've had a lot of sex.
When you're a young creative genius that doesn't have a checkered past involving alcohol,
The males.
mine's wrong. I think Madonna's a bad influence on you. No offense. I'm a train wreck. My parents wrote me off. I pushed away my band. You're all just a bunch of normals. I'm the weird one. You gotta take care of yourself. I saw in you something special. An artist with something to give to the world.
In front of all the billions of people watching around the world right now, all I want to say is be as weird as you want to be. You will never find true happiness until you can truly accept who you are. Thank you.
Oh, Al, you can't smoke in here. I totally deserved it.
Crazy if that's true.
It's almost weird. Let's start with Al. Al,
Hi.
welcome to New York, Al.
Thank you. It feels like Florida here, but I guess it's New York.
How does it feel? You feel, I'm sure you can hear and feel the warmth and the love here in this room. To have this authentic, 100% true story made must be beyond surreal. Put me in your head right now.
It's pretty amazing, and I want to give all props to Eric Appel because I told him if we're going to tell my story, we have to do it 100% accurate. I didn't want some Hollywood biopic that exaggerated and made it, you know, for dramatic purposes. I wanted it to be the real story.
Eric, how the hell did this happen? There was the Funny or Die trailer way back when. Has it always been on the brain between you and Al? Have you been talking about this for a while? How hard is it to set the scene for us?
Yeah, you know, when we did the original trailer, there was a moment when it came out where Eric Appel and Olivia Wilde and I were emailing, like, this should be a movie. And Al and I kind of agreed, like, it works, I don't know, it works better as a, you know, it's a 3-minute, you know, internet video, and that's how it should remain. And for about a decade, Al was playing it at his concerts, like during a costume change in the middle of the show. And after the show, at like meet and greets and stuff, people would always say, you know, is this movie real? Or how can I've been looking for this movie, but I can't find it anymore. It somehow got buried. And finally, in February of 2019, I got a random email from Al one morning that was like, I think it's time. You know, with Rocket Man, Bohemian Rhapsody, and a whole slew of biopics coming out, you know, the time was right to really tell his story.
So, Daniel Radcliffe as Weird Al. You've been fan casted as many an iconic role in your career. I don't know if anyone was fan casting you as Al Yankovic.
No, I don't think so. I was a fan by the time I got the offer to do this. I knew Al's pretty well at that point, not as well as I do now. But like I knew, obviously, I was kind of into him, and I got the offer, you know, to play Weird Al, the Weird Al biopic, and I was like, oh, like that's really cool. But I mean, there's people who are probably closer, like physically, to him and things like that. And I was like a little bit confused, but obviously intrigued. And as soon as I read the script, I was like, oh, That doesn't matter. That's not what we're doing. Accuracy and realism is not really the full name of the game here, although at times 100%, yeah, so as soon as I read that, I was just like, oh yeah, this is going to be really fun. And it was so obvious in the script how much fun it would be, like the amount I was going to get to do of just like singing and fight scenes and dancing and like, you know, it was just, you got to do something kind of crazy and different every day. So yeah, it was very easy, yes.
And I will say, I've talked to both of you immediately pretty much after you shot this movie, and off camera, when the truth really comes out, and both of you guys said this was like basically top of the list experience-wise. Just like sheer joy, a very quick shoot. But Evan, what made this one so bizarre and magical and special in your mind?
I mean, all of it. It didn't feel like we shot this in 18 days, and that's a testament to you and the cast and the crew. Like, everybody always stuck the landing. It was like lightning in a bottle. But, I mean, first of all, you play Madonna. I don't know how often you get an email that says you've been offered the role of Madonna, but I did, and I burst out laughing immediately. And then I saw Weird Al's name, and then I saw Daniel's name, and then I read the script, and it was already funny on the page. I was already laughing, so I knew it was going to be amazing. But now I only want to do comedies is the problem. I've had a taste for blood, and I want more.
Al, you obviously have a horse in this race in terms of the casting. When these names came up, when Dan came up, did you say, oh yeah, that makes sense, or did you have questions? Give me a sense of your take.
Eric and I made a short list of actors that we thought would be able to pull off the role. And we studied the list, and we always kept focusing on Dan's name because we were both fans of all of Dan's work, but we knew that he could pull off the dramatic moments and also the comedic moments. And both are very important for this movie because it's a very specific tone we're going for. It's a comedy, obviously, but it needs to be really grounded. It needs to be played like it's some big Oscar-worthy biopic. And Dan just had the right energy for it, and he got it immediately, and we literally couldn't think of anybody in the world that could play the part better than him.
I'm glad I didn't call it biopic. Do we all agree it's biopic?
I have no idea.
We've gone back and forth about this. Biopic or biopic?
Biopic.
Biopic. Is there a reason for that? Is that confirmed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Biopic sounds like a medical procedure.
It does.
Right.
We have to decide to say definitively.
Okay, biopic.
Print it.
Adjust yourselves, yes.
So what do we think of the state of, I mean, the musical biopic has a long history, but especially in recent years, it's kind of taken the world by storm, the pop culture by storm. Elvis just this past year, Bohemian Rhapsody. Do we like that genre? Is this a spoof of it? Is it with love? What do we...
Yeah, it's definitely with love. I mean, it's the thing about biopics. I love biopics, but they tend to play kind of fast and loose with the facts, you know? Sometimes they take events that happen, you know, 3 years apart, squeeze them all into one scene for story purposes, and it's like, wow, what a monumental night. And that song was written, and the concert was performed, and the breakup happened backstage.
What a night!
Yeah, so that was kind of like the jumping off point for us with this, you know, sort of taking all those tropes of biopics and designing a movie, you know, with those in mind.
I mean, and we know creative license is always going to be a part of doing a biopic, but like in this unique case, Al, like, can you sue yourself? Can you sue Eric for these errors in your own life?
I'll have to talk to my lawyer about that. I haven't investigated that yet. No, we decided to run with that. I mean, like Eric said, I mean, in most Hollywood biopics, they're not documentaries. They're meant to be, you know, for entertainment purposes. But as a fan, you know, I'm always upset when I watch like a biopic of Queen or Elton John, and I see, oh, that didn't happen that way, or the chronology's all twisted around. And I thought, well, if I ever do a biopic, I'm just going to have to throw facts out the window. I'm just going to have to make it up from scratch.
So what's the first step, Daniel, for you first, in playing this role? Do you go out to an accordion store? What do you do?
Honestly, yes, that was the first thing I did. I didn't go to a store. I'm incredibly lucky to have a friend who is a self-taught accordion accordion player who had some time, and he gave me one of his accordions. He also like made animations where like highlighting which buttons to press with which finger. His name is Pete Scalziti. Thank you, Pete. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. That was honestly my first step. Honestly, my prep for this film was really, because it was such a tight shoot, it was making sure that I had everything like ready and prepared in terms of the choreography for the fight scene, or the choreography for like a surgeon, or the whatever speech I was learning that day. It was really just a matter of like not wanting to be the thing that slowed anything down.
Do you guys remember the first days you were in full costume, hair and makeup?
Yeah, together? Yeah.
Yes. It's now weird seeing you not in, because I get so used to seeing you waving a mustache.
You gotta bring the mustache back.
Yeah. That was his real mustache.
Oh yeah. No, if you could, thank you. If you can avoid fake facial hair, you should. There's advice for you all. Yeah.
What was so funny is the first scene we shot was that us crashing into things and making out furiously. But then we would watch playback and we're dressed like Madonna and we're not watching it going, that's what that would look like, that's what that looks like. That's Madonna and we're
And what about Al's involvement on set? Did you visit set? Were you there often? What was your role once the production started?
I was there every single day because, as co-writer of the movie and as a producer, I thought it was important for me to be there because, if you have notes, 6 months later while you're editing it doesn't do a whole lot of good. You kind of have to be there on set to like give your input. And, sometimes we stayed very close to the actual script that Eric and I had written, but every now and then you want to have a quick rewrite or think of a way to do a line or a scene better. And as a co-writer, it was important for me to be out there on the set, just to be able to put in my 2 cents.
As if, yeah.
No, when I look over and see Al laughing and giving the thumbs up, it's like time to move on. All right, I got the Weird Al still of approval.
Right. As if the gift of having this amazing panel wasn't enough, Eric, maybe there's something we could bestow upon the audience, give them a little treat here?
Maybe we can show a little clip from the movie. I have a dinner right after that, so in a little bit, so sorry. So this clip that we're going to show, this is, again, a true story. This is one of Dr. Demento's famous pool parties, full of, all the weirdo celebrities of the late 70s and early 80s. In this scene, Dr. Demento's nemesis, famous radio DJ Wolfman Jack, along with John Deacon from the band Queen, challenge Weird Al to come up with a parody on the spot for Another One Bites the Dust. And you're going to see what happens.
It's just for you guys in this room. Here we go.
What you can do with Another One Bites the Dust. We're waiting. You don't have to prove anything to him. Come on, guy from Queen. Let's go find a party with some real talent. Get me my accordion. Do you like deviled eggs? Good deviled eggs. They don't love me.
On the boulevard, There's a mic to see to do. Well, I shake it off the walls and go, well, I couldn't get to the door. There isn't any room for me to breathe. I know that's myself. I know that's myself. Hey, and another comes on, and another comes on. I know that's myself. Hey, he's gonna sit by you. The one that's myself.
I don't know what to say. That was the most beautiful thing I've ever heard in my entire life. You truly have a rare gift, Weird Al.